Welcome back to Matter of Opinion. It's your boy Ray the Dawn.
Walls P here.
And today we have two special guests. You already know one.
Tawana, I'm back.
And I brought my friend all the way from PA. Her name is
Samia.
And today we're covering a nice, hot, juicy topic. It involves social media.
And how it plays a role in pretty much everything in our life, so to speak.
Oh man.
Yes. Yep. So, to our first question.
Should we let social media affect our relationships, such as liking a picture?
Ooh,
You want to take that one first?
I'm gonna shout this out.
Right.
I don't think you should be mad if your significant other likes somebody else's picture. I mean, as long as you know at the end of the day that your position is secure. I mean, I think that has to do mostly with your your, how can I put it without being rude?
Insecurities.
Yeah, your
Yes.
insecurities. Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, your insecurities. I mean, because at the end of the day, like, if you know that person is for you and that person loves you, regardless if they like a twerking video or some naked dude or whatever, you know what I'm saying? As long as they're coming home to you and their love and attention is towards you, then you shouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, the world we live in is a see first, ask questions later type of world. So we see a lot before we even ask questions. So it's a give and take. So it depends on who you're with. At the end of the day, that's how I feel about that.
You want to go to one now?
I mean, I kind of agree. I just feel like if you're very big into social media, that's a conversation you should have. If you're not, you're not. I always feel like a like is a like. I mean, you have it all over. I mean, it's nothing serious. Now, when it past the liking of a picture, then that's something I have to communicate about. But I mean, some people, that's all they live for. Some people literally live for likes on social media.
Yeah.
Some people live to see what they can do to get the attention. But once again, that becomes on the type of person they are and what they're looking for when it comes to that. But that's what some people feed off. They purposely post things to be liked, commented, and things of that nature. But if you're not confident into yourself, or you have low self-esteem, or trust issues, all these things, once again, that's something that needs to be discussed in the beginning of your relationship, knowing how that person is and what they're looking for and things of that nature.
Yeah, I totally agree with both of them. Me personally, with social media, I love social media for my family, the ones that I can't see and stuff like that. That's why I have it, just to keep people informed. But if the information that I'm seeking is to show off my new beau at the time, I don't know if that's smart, because if it doesn't last, then you have to explain that too. So I think when people are posting, don't post when you date. If you are married, I would rather see the marriage, and even marriages fail, but at least you took it to the next level and then you made it a marriage page. I guess that's what I would have if it was me. But I don't seek attention in my relationships. Even with my family, I don't care about their opinions. I like to have my own relationship to myself, so that's why I wouldn't post mine.
See, for me, we live in a reality where social media is very important for everybody. Me, I'm not one of them people, so I might be more biased on, the answers I give, but for me, I don't see an issue with liking a picture or something like that, because I see it no different as if you're with your significant other and you're walking down the street and you see a woman you like that, she looks good in that outfit or whatever like that. I think the main thing you should tackle when getting involved with that person is finding out the likes and dislikes, whatever, and if stuff like that is an issue. Because for me, if I'm gonna date somebody and they tell me like one of their main things is social media and they take it serious, I'm not gonna get involved, because I'm not a person that's on social media like that. Now, with that being said, if my significant other is on social media like that and likes something, for me, I don't care, because I guess me, I'm a confident person, so stuff like that don't really faze me. So at the end of the day, as long as he's still coming home to me and I know what it is, and it's so many other things to worry about other than just clicking a little heart button. Most people that have 2 million friends on social media you don't even know 75% of them.
That's a
true.
fact.
You know, so why take it so seriously?
Mhm.
That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. I understand that.
Me too.
Yeah. All right. So then, anybody got to add on to it, or y'all good? Y'all good?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head with that one too.
All right.
Yes, that was good.
All right. So the next
Yeah.
question is: should our relationship be public on social media?
See,
you
see,
want me to
I
take?
think we
You want me to
tapped
take
on
this
that.
one first?
I got this. I got this. See,
got
see, for me, it's a give and take with that.
Okay.
And I say give and take is because I feel as though, I mean, yeah, if you want to express a certain type of love
Mhm.
and show that, hey, you know, this is the woman that you in love with, then
Mhm.
yeah, but at the same time, you know, if you don't want everybody in your business. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a give and take. Like, you have to, for me, you got to pick and choose when certain things should be shown on social media. And I think relationship status, like, you know, being in a relationship and stuff like that, I think that should be kept private. But marriage status, when you're at that level, I think that should be well known, so that nobody is jumping in your inbox and be like, yo, you married?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to get those.
Got a man.
Yeah.
But married or relationship, they still gonna, you know, ask those specific questions, whatever. But for me personally, I see it as I would go against posting like your relationship and stuff like that on social media, because like for me, I'm speaking through experience. I had a situation where I was dating a woman or whatever, and we wind up breaking up. Now this was when MySpace was popping with, you know,
Okay.
my fives and
Alright.
everything like that.
MySpace, y'all remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we broke up, right? And the people on my top five, I had a good friend of mine, Simone or whatever. Shout out to you, Simone. I see you leave comments on the videos. Her, a couple of other people. So what she wound up doing was making like ghost accounts and started attacking my friends. You know what I'm saying? So
Catfish.
yeah,
Yeah,
so started
catfisher.
attacking. Oh, is this your man? Don't talk to my, you know, things of that nature. Then I had another situation or whatever where a lady, like I posted a picture of my significant other online or whatever on Facebook, and some like a girl that I know whatever who liked me, she was jealous about it, so she went and looked her up or whatever, and basically, hey, what are you doing with my man, this, that, and the third, causing like issues, like unnecessary issues.
Right.
So stuff like that. For a long time, my Facebook was private for, you know, reasons like that or whatever. So I see it as, if it can avoid situations like that,
Yes.
then I would refrain of it, because I feel as though you don't need social media to promote your happiness.
No.
That's
Right.
something that should be kept behind closed doors, so to speak. You know, so that's my take on
I
it.
have to agree, because in today's world with so much going on, you know, you never know the mindset of somebody else. Like your two situations, these women clearly was madly in love with you, and you just, it was like a high and vibe.
Psycho.
But the fact that you even had conversations
Yeah.
Yes.
and their head led them to believe otherwise,
Yeah.
and don't know, is their choice to act the way they act, but now it's like you put yourself, you put people that you care and love about in harm's danger.
Mhm.
So when it comes to that, I definitely agree with, I'd rather my private life be private. I'm not here to blitz, post, broadcast anything for anybody. If you know me personally, you know what it is. If not, it's none of your business.
Yes, right.
Like, you're not in my bedroom, you're not in my
Yeah.
house, that's it. People likes, dislikes, opinions don't make or break me at all. That's what you think. That's what if you don't know me, that's your
Yeah.
opinion. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, the way this world set up and people mind set up, I just feel like you gotta protect yours.
You sure
And then
do.
putting it out there, broadcasting out there, some things are just no, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
And some people just don't like happiness, right? So I think people
Misery
post
loves
from
company.
happiness. When I post,
I agree.
I post for happiness. I post so people can, you know, learn something from something that I learned
Yeah.
from, or give
Absolutely.
positivity. So
Yeah.
I think when people are posting who they want to be with,
Yeah.
or who they're with, is because they're happy and they feel as though they want to share it with the world. But
It's like,
everybody doesn't care about your happiness and they want you to fail.
right,
So
and I was gonna say that like
you
misery
gotta
love
keep that in
company.
mind.
You gotta
Yes.
keep in mind that as much as you're happy, the next person's probably trying to knock you down.
Yes.
Or if they know the slightest thing, they're gonna try to change that. So it really comes into having that communication with the significant other that you're with, is really letting them know who people are and what it is, just in case.
Yes.
If that's the type of energy that's coming your way.
Yeah.
But to avoid all of that is like, isn't necessary. Like when
Yeah.
you're married, like I know a lot of people who have social media, when they're married, they have one page.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
don't have
Exactly.
their own pages
That's the
at
way
some
you do it.
point. You see what I'm saying? There's some
Combine
people.
them.
Yeah, some people have social media and it's strictly family, friends. Some
Yes.
is strictly business. Some, once again, they like that attention because they're not getting it from nowhere else.
Yeah.
So
Attention
you know,
seeking,
yeah. So it's really depend on the person, or the couple and where they stand when it comes to it. But I definitely feel like that's a discussion that needs to be had in today's
In the beginning.
world,
Yeah.
in the beginning of dating, because it truly does impact you overall.
And be sure to mention if you have a crazy ex.
Word.
Yes.
Yeah, so they don't,
That's
so
all
they
the
don't,
cycles.
so they don't go post to like some acrimony situation, you know.
Yes.
So
Well,
yeah.
but
Be
my thing
careful.
is, my thing is, even if so, it don't even have to be a crazy ex. It could be somebody who always
Likes
wanted
you.
you.
That's
Yeah,
true.
like
That's
you.
true.
Because-
like you
Yes,
talking from
that's
high
true.
school or whatever.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
like
And you
I
didn't
have
even know.
come across
Yeah.
that. Like I've come across years later. It's like, yo, you married? Are you still with nobody? Because you know I've been feeling you forever. Like,
Yeah.
I got
first of all,
those too.
that's rude.
I call them
Second
ghost
off,
people. Where you came
Where you
from?
come from?
Where did you come from?
Like I'm so
Yeah,
confused.
so-
So it's really being careful who you add to your social,
Social media,
Even
yes.
though you want likes and you want friends and you want all of that, you got to be careful who you
Do they know
add.
me?
You know how personal your friendships are. Are they family? Because I feel like it cuts a lot of that spam junk
Yes,
out.
it does.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Unless you're looking to date, and then
Yeah,
you got to change your
exactly.
profile all over
Exactly.
again.
No.
'Cause that
Find another way. Get off my social media.
delete your profile. I see people with like thousands of profiles, and I think that's why. One of the reasons.
How much of an impact does social media play in our relationships? Who want to tackle this one first?
Man,
I
too much.
I think it does. Yes, it depends on how many social media sites that you have.
Okay.
Because then you're trying to keep in touch with everything. See, I'm a geek, so I love tech stuff, so I am into my phone a lot. But I don't think that's good when you're in a relationship, because sometimes you could be into your phone, talking maybe to no one, just scrolling through, strolling through, or you could be doing a lot of different things on websites, whatever, but it impacts your relationship because you're not communicating with your other significant other. You're paying attention more to your phone, and you can even interrupt your family life with that too.
That's true.
So we do have to kind of
I feel like
Keep it
it does,
sleep
and I
with
feel
that.
like you have to truly be honest with yourself and say, is this too much? It's like we tell our kids all the time they need to get off electronics. Well, then
We
that
do it
goes for
too.
you too.
we do it
Because
too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get
we
so
do.
caught up in Instagram and Facebook and
Yes.
all the Instagram pages you have and all this. Like, come on, like
And shopping now because
Yes.
you can't go in the store. With
So-
Corona, it's forcing you more to the internet and forcing you more to
does.
your phone. So
But so you
It
just
does
have to
impact
set
your
a time
relationship.
limit. Like I really
yes,
set a time limit where from this time to this time, no phones, no computers. Like talk to each other. Like you be right next to each other, texting each other. Like you okay? Like
while we're eating, right?
yeah, like come on.
Oh
Like
wait! I just seen this. It's important. Yeah, it's not that important.
you
It
know what I
really
mean?
isn't.
So it's like you in the kitchen, I'm in the bedroom. Can you bring me something to drink? So then we just
Texting.
Yeah, so it's
yes,
just like
yes.
it lacks the endearment, that connection on a deeper level with one when technology is involved so
Yeah.
much. But if you want to cut it back from your children, you have to ask yourself, are you doing it too
Yeah.
much as well? Me and my daughter go outside. Like we don't have nothing
Yeah.
for a while just to get some fresh air. But she
That's
loves
right.
it. Like she like, can I go back outside? Like she loves it. Not all kids do. You know, these teenagers nowadays, they glued. I'm like, your eyes gonna fall.
You
You
gotta
know,
force.
or
You gotta
not
force
even they
them.
need glasses after a while. You
Yeah.
notice nowadays
That's true.
most teenagers have
Glasses,
glasses,
that's
Yes.
or need glasses
Yeah.
more now than ever.
Because the
And
computer
they're young,
screens,
and
yeah.
even younger than that, 10-year-olds. 7, 8-year-olds, they start to need glasses. Then you
Yeah.
want to know why? Well, they glued to the screen like this thing is close.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what
gonna
I mean?
get worse, right?
You
You
know?
see that's where we're moving to, is everything virtual. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to figure out a way to do, the necessaries to keep our
Yeah, but
relationships
you have to talk to your significant other.
Yes,
You definitely, if you guys
communication.
live with each other and stuff, that communication base, those phones, all of that stuff got to be put away at some point.
See, for me, when it gets to a point that you're more willing to watch a movie with your significant other, I mean, you're less willing to watch a movie with your significant other because you want to see what's going on Facebook,
That's
stuff
too
like
much.
that.
Oh yeah.
But
That's an impact. Or
Yeah.
you have if you are a person who like put all your status, everything that's going on with your relationship or whatever, and then when you come across a problem and you post it on Facebook, depending on the responses, it can also cloud your judgment.
Yes, it can.
So it can have an effect on your decisions and your relationship.
Yeah.
You could post your significant other and you're like, yo, this woman's beautiful to me, or this guy's handsome to me, and people who are haters are like, that person's unattractive, you could do better.
All right.
It starts to cloud your judgment like that, because that's really how people feel. But it should be what you want. If that's what makes you happy,
I agree with
And
that.
you
that's
have
what
to-
you should have.
Yeah, or you should
go
see that
with.
as entertainment. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Social media is
Yeah.
entertainment.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything positive up there, see it as entertainment. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think you should take it serious.
Yes, exactly. If somebody said I was ugly on my man's page, I would laugh. I would think
Yeah.
it would be funny. I would
Yeah.
think it would be hilarious. But
Yeah.
someone else may take that a whole different way
Yeah.
and start
Yeah.
stalking you and watching you, and
Yeah.
it
and
can
I
lead to a
also-
lot of things.
Yep, and I also feel like, once again, if you're not confident, if you're struggling in the background of feeling worthy or good enough, that
Yes.
comes in a play of, well, I'm not good enough, so you start to self-sabotage what
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
or what you're building on, and that's never good either. So it really comes down to you solely loving yourself and knowing that you
Yes.
are okay and that you're good in your shoes, and not letting everyone cloud your judgment or come into your life and impact. You know how they say rent mind space? Don't let them rent space in your
Yeah.
head, because you're giving them too much control.
Too much
Yeah.
of you.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
at some point, when do you live for yourself? When do you say, this is what I want, forget what they want? Listen, they're not eating, sleeping, doing anything for me. I pay my own bills, do my own thing, so why should this, what they're saying right here, impact me any other way?
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Yep.
that's something to take heed to and pay attention to as well.
Yep.
Definitely with those so-called close friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, if it's always negative with that person, that's a bad energy.
Yeah.
That's a bad
Yep.
vibe.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
when you're in relationships and when you're getting new jobs and when you're doing great and you're leveling up on that level, you start to see how things change with certain individuals.
Yeah.
Either they're gonna support you
Yep.
or they're gonna talk down at you. And when they start talking down, you just gotta cut that off
Yeah.
because they're not for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, it also depends on how strong-minded the person is too.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, because I know it's not dealing with relationships or anything like that, but like, let's just say promoting our stuff or whatever. With Reddit, they have like many different like rules of engagement for you to post and stuff like that. So I guess I violated a rule, whatever, because I had posted one of the videos just to, kind of get it out there, whatever. So I got a message back, hey, you're violating the rule, you're not supposed to do this, whatever. Don't be posting your crappy videos, stuff like that. People would take that personal and be like, my crappy videos, either you'll lash back or you'll take it as, wow, my stuff is crappy, and it play in your mind like that. Maybe I should stop, doing
what
this.
you're
you get what I'm saying? So
It discourages you.
You gotta
so
keep yourself- you
depending,
gotta keep
depending
yourself
how
going.
strong-minded you are,
Yeah.
stuff that people, because the fact that on social media, a lot of like, let's face it, you don't know everybody on your social media.
Nope.
So it gives people a voice and be able to stay anonymous, so to speak.
Yes.
So they can
Punks.
say stuff with no filter, and some people say it
True.
just to like
Yeah.
get under your skin or just to have something negative to say.
Yeah.
So you also gotta put that in your
It's
thoughts
true.
too.
And some
People
they're
personality
bullies.
show through
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're bullies through social media,
Yeah.
but they would never
Yeah.
say that. They would never be
Exactly.
confrontational in public. So
Exactly.
this is their
Yep.
purpose now, is to be confrontational, to say everything that's been in their minds that they have never
Yeah.
been able to say publicly. They
Yep.
can do it now.
It's
so.
just a matter of somebody
Yeah.
seeing a post and be like, yo, look how I'm about to mess up their
Yeah, it's just,
And just-
that's, yeah.
yeah.
You
You
know,
know,
so.
so-
And it's sad, but that's what it is to some
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
It's literally that much of a game, and it's just like, why did you have to involve me in your game? Why can't you just go somewhere else with your stupid
That's why you have to see it as
You know what I mean?
entertainment.
So it really comes to that. So when you decide to make social media part of your life or your relationship, just know that this is a possibility that comes with it. And that's really that simple.
So here's my question, because a lot of us share kind of the same views, but what is the positives of social media, like having your significant other on social media?
Oh, it keeps people out of your inbox. I can answer that. Like, thank you, Lord. Like, thank you, Lord. Because they might see a significant other and be like, oh, okay, now I can leave her alone. And you want them to leave you alone. And then I'm the type of person, I don't like to block people. Because I want you to see me eat. I want you to see me doing well. I want you to see me doing what I'm supposed to be doing in society. So I'm not going to block you just because you came and you tried to talk to me. Like, I would be blocking for days. But I think it shows people that you're serious about who you want to be with.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is important, because people have to know that you're in a relationship where that you just want that one person and you're not looking to date 1,000 people.
Yeah.
I agree, but I just feel like even when like today's world, people don't care.
They don't.
People don't care. Like you.
But that's a positive way. We gotta find positivity right now.
Like,
that's a positive way.
I think it's a positive way to get people out, but it's just like I just cut it off. Like I don't. That's why I'm like, as much as you may want to be a part of it, is like. It's like you said, it's a positive way, is a negative way to it. But like you said, you don't like to block people, but it's like if you don't block, not only are they gonna be in your inbox, they're gonna be on your page.
No, I think people. You know what it is with me is I know how to ignore people very well. And once you ignore them once or twice, people don't bother you anymore.
Okay.
I've learned that.
Yeah.
If you don't give any response, you act like it's unread. You don't care. They go on to the next person that's gonna show them that attention. You gotta remember that's what they're there for, is attention.
Well, girl,
So when you give people not attention, I'll help you. When
Now-
you give people attention, that's when they keep
Now,
coming.
here's for me where I could say it's a positive, whatever, because a lot of the social media platform do give you control where you can set like who sees what.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
restrictions.
it does have a lot of restrictions or whatever, because everybody know, like when it comes to me and my family, don't post this online.
That's
Like,
right.
do not post my kids online. Like, that's like a written rule. But like, say if I set up my social media where it's only like family and people that I know,
Right.
and I have my restrictions, then yes, I wouldn't mind sharing that stuff online. But being the fact that in the business that we're doing, whatever, which is basically publicized like social media platform, so to speak, I'm not sharing, that stuff online. But like I said, if I wasn't doing that, I can set things up where I can keep, things restricted. So the people I know in my circle, I can do that.
And I agree with you, because it also comes back, what's good about it is that if you're strictly on Facebook or social media to be with family, it tells your family what's going on,
Exactly.
how well you're progressing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my great grandmother, God rest her soul, she almost gone out the door. She's 98, and that's a lot of ways they show her her great grands and who has this baby. Like, that's the way they show her. And all she do is look at pictures. She can't really read that little fine print that look like a dot on a piece of paper.
Everybody.
So, that's something else. Not everyone's computer literate. You know what I mean?
Yes.
No offense, but who's remembering phone numbers nowadays?
That's true. That's true.
If you haven't been connected in so long, how you reconnected with those family members across the world?
With social
You know
media.
what I mean? You move, you lose numbers, all types of things. So sometimes social media is all you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I definitely agree when it comes to that aspect of it, and if that's what you're using it for,
Yeah. And just to piggyback on what you said too, like, I remember when I first joined Facebook or whatever. It was when my mom passed away, so it was to specifically reach out to family. Man, when I first joined Facebook, I was like a kid in the candy store. I ran into so many people that I graduated with, went to school with, all of that stuff. So I was like, oh my God, how you doing? How you been? So I get it. But after that wore off, it's like,
It
You
doesn't work.
be seeing them hit you in the message inbox like, Yo, Frank, you got married? Oh, snap.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So that's when I went like the put everything to private and all of that stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then like recently, again, I opened it back up because of our platform. So, but yeah, I mean, just like for like our platform, it has its benefits where you can, distribute, share ideas and stuff like that, network. I mean, it does have its benefits.
Yes.
Especially for people who like are on long distance relationships and stuff like
That's
that.
true.
It does have its positives.
And depending on what you do, like your services could be needed anywhere and everywhere. Like I do sign language. I met someone who's actually in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter is autistic.
Okay.
And she's having a hard time communicating with her because everything is virtual.
Yeah.
Therapists are not coming to homes, so learning new words and ways of communication has been very hard. But she found me on Facebook.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's like, hey, I found you on Facebook. Do you work with children? This is what I'm going through. So it now gives not only someone to kind of help her through that situation, but it gives me business as well.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how wonderful she actually has done this far without it. But you can tell she needs some type of support.
Yeah.
She needs to know, more information. She, the proper etiquette of certain things and just different stuff. So it was definitely interesting out of nowhere. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, that's what
but
social media is good
it's
for.
It's good for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's definitely a plus side to it. Definitely if you're an entrepreneur, working on business, trying to start a different life. There's so many people without jobs and just like, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start type deal.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't
Promotion
expecting that.
definitely in businesses. Facebook is definitely good.
You
for
know,
that.
but I've been doing sign language since 2007.
Yeah,
It's my passion. I love to do it. So it was nice to see that, a positive aspect of it. But that's what it really comes down to,
And piggybacking too, like it can be beneficial for relationships. If you make the choice to to go on with a relationship with a person who has their insecurities, that can help curb their insecurities.
Absolutely.
That can help curb
Absolutely.
it. And just like where you post a situation about your relationship online, just as you can find people who give bad information, you can find people that give very good information that you can find beneficial.
Right.
So it's a positive. It's always
It's
a positive
give
and negative. It's
and
a
it
give and
depends
take.
on that person and how they're taking that. I definitely agree with you on
so
that.
it does have its positives or whatever, but I just try to
I'm not doing
away from that stuff. So the next question is, should we? Well, we did that one. Okay. The next question is it disrespectful to communicate with other men and women on social media, mainly your ex?
If there's a hidden agenda.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Because
if
you can, in the beginning of a conversation with somebody, you kind of read where they're trying to go with it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're having a conversation, knowing daggone well you're in a relationship, knowing this person's flirting with you, they done flirted here and there, you can read that.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if you continue to keep that going, at some point it leads them to think that they have the possibility.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then that's when they want to show your girl, whoever you done tagged in on social media, oh, he's been talking to me for this long. I'm just letting you know. You know what I mean? So it starts that chaos. So if you are purposely enjoying these conversations with different individuals and that's what you want to do, just know that it's going to come to bite you. But you really you can read a conversation.
You should be single.
You
should be single.
So
when you want to talk to
Yes.
multiple people online, be single.
That
makes it so much easier. Just be single.
Let me. Oh, go ahead.
Be single.
I was just saying, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
No, because I have a question. I don't have a question. I just wanted to ask him. But go ahead.
Wait a minute. So I think personally, I don't think you should entertain anybody in your inbox. Period. Unless it pertains to business or you have kids with that person. Period. Because at the end of the day, that's still giving somebody else attention, which you shouldn't be doing, especially if you're in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Regardless if they're the ones hitting you up or whatever, I don't think you should respond to that. By you responding, you're giving them attention, and
here we come.
And that's how say if you got a husband or a wife or whatever, and she like, let me go on your Facebook real quick. Prime example, she take a look, she see that a girl's hit you up saying, what's up? And you said, hey, and then the conversation was like about, let's say something random, like about food or something. She gonna look at it as like, yeah, okay. That's what y'all like?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
no
and same-
conversation is gonna sound right.
though.
No conversation is gonna seem like you're not trying to talk to this other person.
Exactly.
If your significant other doesn't know about this person. So I think if you're talking in that inbox, just be single because it's gonna lead to
exactly.
something
If it's not a platform to network or
Yes.
business or
Yes.
or if you have kids with that person, that's the
Yeah,
only
that's
time
important.
I would understand. Like if a person hop in your
Yeah.
box and be like, hey, listen, I need to pick up my daughter or my son or you know.
But they can
that-
even call you for that. Though.
Yeah. But I mean,
For me,
They can call you
for me,
that.
it goes
That's
into it goes into how well you and your partner know each other.
I was gonna say that because
You know,
That's
I'm like,
true.
because I can sit here right and be having a text conversation, guy or woman. I'm like, yo, babe, look at this. Look at what she said. You know, stuff like
Yes.
that, like open like that. So it's a matter of if you have that type of relationship where it's like your significant other know you speak to other women and it's just y'all friends and it's y'all always have casual
And it's-
communication.
and it's very clear
And
that that's
especially
it.
if she knows that you're the type of person that you can have female friends and you can
Yeah.
respect that boundary,
Definitely.
then it shouldn't be an issue. So it all goes on to how well do you and your significant other know each other.
And you
Yeah,
know
how-
yourself
You know what I'm
too.
saying?
I
Yeah.
think you
Yourself.
need to know
Yeah,
yourself
exactly.
first.
That's true.
Because some people will come at you and you know, like I'm a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
So and eventually if somebody say, hi, how you doing? Oh, you're pretty. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. You know, in the beginning I'm thinking that's what these little
Yeah,
things are,
yeah.
right? I'm like, thank you. Oh, that was so nice
Yeah.
of them. No, they want
Yeah.
more than that.
That-
What's your number? What's your name? What's your email address?
Yeah.
You know, they want to know your whole
Social security
profile.
card.
Yeah, everything.
See,
Like, where
what's
are they
your
coming
network?
from with this?
See for me,
Where is this coming from?
I'm different because like if I'm dating somebody I know that like they're a flirt whatever, but I know for a fact like that's the extent of it. They're just a flirt and an attention seek, like a person that likes
It likes
attention,
attention,
whatever.
yeah.
Stuff like that's not gonna bother me because for me, my insecurities is not relationship.
Yeah.
When it comes to relationship, I got a million other things to worry about
Yes.
than what is he or she doing. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much I stay under you, I follow your box, your inbox, your DMs, whatever, you're going to do what you want to do.
Exactly.
At the end of the day,
Yes,
you
that
can
starts
stay, you
with
can
you.
stay
It
under
starts
them
with you.
all you want.
Yes.
You're going to
Yes.
find a way.
You're
It's
gonna
just a
find
matter of I'm going to work today and homeboy called out or homegirl called out
Yes.
to go see. Like I was
They don't
telling,
even
like,
let you
like I
know.
was having a conversation,
Been
whatever.
through
Where,
that.
like I was having a conversation where, I told y'all whatever. My buddy's sister, whatever, she was cheating on her dude.
Oh yeah.
The way she would cheat on her dude was, she would go grocery shopping today, get everything, drop the groceries off in the bags at her girlfriend's house. So when Thursday come, babe, I'm going to the grocery store. Go see dude, do whatever, come back in the house with the groceries. Yo, where were you at all this time? I was grocery shopping here. Gave him the receipt. And us men, we're idiots. We don't look at the date on the
We
receipt.
don't check
look
receipts
at the
like
date.
that.
So
They
it's
don't care
like,
about
oh yeah,
none of that.
Dad, you got a lot.
Y'all don't care
Like,
about
yo, you got some good deals on this. Come
The
here,
only,
baby.
the only thing we're gonna pay attention to on that receipt is how much you spent.
Exactly. That's all
Word
we're
is-
gonna pay attention to. You know.
Word is bond.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
So.
be looking like, oh girl,
Yeah.
you spent $500.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up
So
with that?
it all depends on your understanding with your significant
Exactly.
other as far as their tendencies and stuff like. Because you do got people who are attention grabbers and
Yes.
stuff like that,
Yeah,
and you
and
know.
the smallest little things like
Yeah.
you're beautiful. They're taking a whole mile. Oh, he in love
Exactly.
with me, girl.
Girl,
Hell
ew.
yeah.
Instead of just saying thank you,
I'm the type.
and you
like,
can't even say thank you.
I'm the type I read that and I'm like, you damn right, my chick is pretty. You know, something like that. Like, something like that.
I know
you
what I got. I know what I got.
Something
That's
like
right.
that. So yeah. there's ways you can navigate about it instead of just like drawing your own conclusions and let it fester in your mind. Cause
And
then,
I feel like that's what it is. When women start looking for stuff, it could be something so small and innocent, but it starts to fester.
yes.
And then if he had like a bad day, did something, one thing different, it's like, oh, what you was doing that for?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's just like you said, it's like really knowing yourself, really
Yes.
having that open relationship and conversation with your significant other, and just knowing each other.
Yeah.
Really knowing each
Yeah.
other. Because
Yeah.
Definitely.
if that's what you do, if that's how it is, well, let me know now, because I could go this way, you can go that
Exactly.
way.
Yes.
If that's what you want, you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But it always comes back to you really getting to know that person, you actually being able to spend time with that person, you having those hard conversations.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the
before
beginning.
anything,
In
like,
the beginning.
don't wait 2 years down the line where it's now an issue because you
Yes.
got like 300 messages.
Very
Just,
true.
you know,
Oh, we changed.
because
We didn't change. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Right.
We
Yeah.
didn't change.
Yep.
We just
Yep.
didn't know each other.
right,
Know each
and
other.
it's like, oh, this was 2
Yeah.
years ago. Oh, you've been doing this since we've been together the whole time.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it happened in the beginning. You were still getting to know each other. You still getting grounded with each other and seeing where it goes and how far it's gonna go. But once you guys make that initiative to say, I'm committed to you and only you,
Yep.
this is stuff that gotta be aired out. So
Yes.
it don't come
Should've been
back.
done
Like,
already.
so
Yep,
if you
exactly.
see
Just like finances.
Kevin come back in the inbox, we all know who Kevin is.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? If you see
exactly.
Christina coming up,
Yep.
oh, you all know who Christina
Yep.
is.
That's like,
It's
here
not
she go
no
again,
new
seeing if we
name.
still together.
Like, oh, who
Yep.
Tiffany?
Yes.
You never told me about no Tiffany. You never told
That's
me
me.
about.
Yep.
Who's that?
Yeah.
You
Who's
never
that?
told me
Yeah.
about no Sean. Who's Sean? Like,
Yep.
where he come from?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
those are the things that you gotta
Yeah.
take heed to. You be like, oh, I never told you about. Well, he wasn't a factor because it's been that long since
Which
I've
can
spoken
be
to
a
him.
which can
It's
be something
respecting
too,
your
yeah.
significant
Because
other, right? We gotta respect
here's
each
the
other.
thing.
Yeah.
If that person is dead to you or irrelevant to you,
You don't
and
care.
we're talking like, you know, in the beginning, whatever, I'm not gonna remember, or she's not gonna remember to bring
No.
up that person because
Exactly.
that person's dead to you.
And that's
Like, you get what I'm
There
saying?
it
So
goes,
that's why-
person.
So
Like,
that's
there you
why.
go.
And how many times, like, think about it. How many times, single or in a relationship, one day you just chilling, whatever, and out the blue, somebody you ain't speak to in years, you up, just pop up. Hey, how you
At
doing?
the
How you
wrong
doing?
In your
time.
mind, you like,
At the wrong
I
time.
forgot this person
Yeah.
even exists.
I
You
call
know
them
what I'm saying?
ghost
So yeah, so that's why.
We can call them
So
ghosts.
people can take those type of
Go
things
away.
and it can get misconstrued.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
know,
It's
so
true.
And that's
yeah.
why you
True.
have to communicate.
Yes.
I feel like that's what it always comes back to,
Yeah.
your communication and knowing the person you're with
Mhm.
and knowing yourself.
Yeah, knowing
Yeah.
yourself.
Knowing yourself.
Definitely.
Don't put yourself in situations where you're tempted to be messed up or messed up.
That's true.
Get yourself in a tangle.
Yeah. All right, so our last question of the day is: should you and your partner have access to each other's passwords for social media?
I don't care about that. I don't.
What's your take?
I don't know. I really don't care about it.
I feel like when you're in a relationship, if you're combining everything, you can combine that too. What is there to
Right,
not
like
share
once
about
we get
that?
to that level,
Here. Oh no, go on.
Because if I was
okay.
in a relationship and I wanted to talk to other people, I would ask for an open relationship,
Mhm.
or I would be single. I make it very easy for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're gonna talk to other people, you're gonna do all those things, then you might as well have an open relationship. I never did that before because you know
Okay.
men ain't down with that, and
Mhm.
I'm probably not down with it either. But I would like to talk about that and see if this is something we wanted to do before I would get myself in a knot where as though
Mhm.
I would give you my password and then you see me talking to somebody else. And you
Yeah.
can't get mad if I give you my password and I was talking to somebody 5 years ago. Don't
Yeah.
look down and dirty back in the day looking for
People do
something.
that. She right
You know,
about
people
that.
do stuff like that.
Right
Like,
about that.
if I give it to you
Like,
now,
why
don't
you
use it
doing
against me.
Here's where I'm at with it. I would be against sharing the password, but if you're like, let me look, I'll let you look.
Yeah.
The reason why is like, I'm speaking for my circumstance, whatever, with everything going on with the platform and everything like that. Because let's be real, when people get mad, like say we have a bad breakup or something, when people get mad, you don't know what they're thinking
Password.
of.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
can
that's
go
what I
and
was
do a
gonna
lot
Change
of
your
stuff. They can do a lot
password
of
on
stuff.
you
I don't
and
care
So,
about it, but
I can
people-
give you access if you need to see. Let me see your text messages. Let me see here.
That's
Knock yourself
fine,
out.
yeah.
That's fine. But if you're saying password, nah, I'm not gonna do that because who knows the way this may end. And I get it. People be like, yo, and mentally it's like, we're gonna be together to the end. But
That's how you feel when you're
the
alone.
plan.
Yeah.
But you never know
I
what
agree
can
with that.
happen.
Like,
That's true.
You
I
know
think
what I'm
for
saying?
me,
I like that.
I
like
think
that.
for me it comes
Yeah.
down to
I like that.
where we are. Like, I'm not gonna give nobody I just started talking to
Yeah,
information.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
If we're engaged or we're headed down that road and stuff, you know, you're always gonna be able to see it and stuff. But you know, what if something really happened to me? I need that person to get a hold of stuff. And
Yeah, and be in my phone. Yeah.
Right, I need them to have that kind of access to some degree, but I definitely agree with you because if it's in the beginning, you don't know if you had a bad argument, you all over social media acting crazy,
Or
like,
know your mate.
like it's like
Right? You don't know.
knowing-
You know if they go crazy over little stuff. You know with that password, it's over.
Yeah.
But there are
It's over.
circumstances where you think you know the person and you
That's
don't.
true.
I'll give you a prime example. There's this Indian lady. I'm not gonna say her name. We're gonna call her Woman A.
Okay.
So Woman A is married to Guy B. Guy B is from Pakistan, right?
Mhm.
Woman A, her family member, her dad died, and she had a bunch of corner stores in her name. Corner store businesses, just like you know how the bodegas.
Okay.
But you know they're Indian bodegas. I don't know what you would call them, but whatever.
Mhm.
Anyway, besides the point. So she marries Guy B, and they've been married for what, 10 years.
Okay.
Whoa.
Guy B has been plotting for these 10 years on how to take and sell these businesses from right underneath her nose,
Wow.
using her social media platform, mind you. So he logs into her social media. He finds out who all her family is, you know, who she talks to, all of that, because she gives him the information. Because that's her husband.
Yeah.
Saying,
So
like, I
he
trust
finds out her whole schedule, all of that, like what she does in a day or whatever. No, that's her husband. He's supposed to know that anyway, but he's thorough with it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Then 2 days after she goes. I think she said she went down south. She went down south to visit family. 2 days after she comes back, the house is empty. Dude is in Pakistan, sold the businesses,
Cashed out.
cashed
Oh
out
my goodness.
the joint bank accounts, everything. Even cashed out her bank
This is
account
her
because
husband.
she trusted him with the details of her account.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing. You think you
No,
can
I'm not
know
giving
a
up my
person.
passwords.
You think you can know it, but that's true. But yeah. But it's-
Manager now,
and it's
no.
true. And it's-
I'll let you see my
Yeah,
phone.
it's
I'm going
100%.
with you now,
It's
Wally.
100% fact because
That's
I
scary.
ended up moving her because of her circumstance. She ended up having to hire a moving service to move her.
Yeah.
So, I guess I could say where she lives. She lives in now she lives in Edgewater, but
Okay.
yeah, she went through circumstances.
Yeah.
Man. And you know what's crazy? The last corner store business, he signed it over to his brother that's still over here. So
Wow.
she's in battle right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
trying to get that back.
So
So that just goes to show you right there, like you could
think you know
know
somebody.
somebody.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Be
saying?
in love.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
still get everything.
But
Yeah.
that
from you.
I'm still trying to understand. So he forged document everything he sold because if it's her name on this stuff,
But they're married,
They're
though.
married.
So
So once-
he has access to everything she does.
Like
at
since
that
she
point.
was trusting, it's more so, yo, we're a partnership. In
Yes.
this.
so he has
So-
permission.
They're
Yes.
together, yes.
Basically.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Once
No, you
once-
don't have permission to do shit.
I
but
understand.
you got to
But
say.
that
Totally
falls
agree
into
to
but
that.
but look, some
Oh,
people.
I
some-
get it. No,
some
I
people
get
are
it.
like
Take
that,
all
you
my
know?
stuff from me.
You're
What?
you're head over heels. You don't see this
But
person
it's
ever
not even
leaving,
that. It's
so-
not even that. 'cause
Yeah, that's
She
true.
really
Legally-
just trusted her partner.
That's
She
what I'm
really-
saying.
And
Yeah.
that's how I want to be.
But
now I'm scared.
legally, regardless.
Yeah, open your eyes a little bit, right?
Legally, regardless, like if you, when you marry a guy and you take a guy's last name, if you have a storefront business, restaurant business, or any type of major business, and once you change your name to his last name, he legally has a right
Get to it.
to it because you guys are legally married. Because when you file taxes, you of course you can file separate, but most people
See, that's
file
why they invented prenups because
Now, things
stuff
like this.
But with that being said, like
Yeah.
don't let that situation.
I'll still
kinda-
share. I'll
don't-
still share my
But with that
password.
being said, don't let
With
that
the prenup,
situation cloud your judgment, so to speak. Because like how you
But
said,
it
like
opens
how
your eyes.
But
Yes.
but see, now we're going back to
Social
when
media.
when I said this is how guys think why they don't want to get married. You said. But they have people like I have situations where that's not the case. It shouldn't cloud your judgment. So you can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I just said.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely agree, but it's
Well,
not
my
open your eyes.
Of course,
Because-
of course.
Education.
And I always say
Yeah.
every situation is different.
It is.
Yeah.
It definitely
Every
is.
situation is different. But
What-
that's something to know.
Yeah.
I never knew what he just said. I'm like, that can really happen.
But
I know people that's going through stuff
Yeah.
now. They don't give me too much detail, but they're like, that can't happen. That can't happen.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'll
you'd
give
be
you an
surprised.
example.
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. She's now mentally ill.
okay.
Her husband, which is her husband,
Yeah.
is not doing what he needs to do for her.
Mhm.
Is now the family trying
Yeah,
to do, but because the husband's saying, "Oh, y'all could do it, y'all could do it, y'all could do it," but they're like,
You gotta sign it over.
"You
though,
have to
right?
sign it over."
Yeah.
He does not want to sign nothing.
That's right, because he's
Yeah.
not going to.
You don't want to do the work for her and help her. You want us to do it while you keep everything else.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
the doctors and no, that's her husband. He has to take the time to do
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
So right now the argument is, when are you gonna take care of her? She done went here, she done went, like, she just disappears and she don't remember where she is. She constantly loses her phone. She constantly loses her
She has
quality.
early onset
It's like-
Alzheimer's.
It's like
Alzheimer's.
what happens is not that, is that she has small seizures, which cut her memory.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
she doesn't remember things. She starts to remember things from 5 years ago. Girl, that's not what's happening now. You're
Yeah,
married now.
yeah.
That's not your last name. That's not who you
Yeah.
are. Like, your kids is not babies. They're grown as hell. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So it's like you gotta constantly remind her. But with you knowing that the slightest thing, whether she ate something too salty, whether she drank too much sweets, can trigger a seizure or something, like, that's something you should take heed to. Now that you know this is her condition. No, he leave her home by herself. He does
Yeah.
all this stuff. I mean, she done showed up at the door, people doors. Like, it's really
Yeah.
crazy. But
That's
once
sad.
again, people's situations are different.
Yep.
And it does open your eyes because
Yep.
you're like, can that really happen?
Yeah.
Does that really exist? You never know what the situation is, or if until it hits your door.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, but when it hits your door and you're up close and personal with it, it gives a whole different feeling.
It's true.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I understand, like, we just broke this down, you know, in a
off topic.
you know, in a very psychological way. But I'm not doing it. Alright?
I am
I'm
with
not
caution.
doing it.
I am with caution.
Real talk though.
Personally, I wouldn't do it,
real
but I
talk.
don't care about
Real talk though, like I say, it depends on the circumstance, because in life you taking a leap of faith. period.
Yeah.
All the time.
Just
Yeah.
coming out of your house, you're taking a leap of faith. So, like you said, if you're on the fence, you can always do a prenup and stuff like that. But it all comes down to how comfortable you and your partner feel.
Yeah,
on the
I agree.
situation.
I agree.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, and having that conversation.
Yes.
You could be deaf and comfortable, never had a conversation. Then
Yeah.
it comes up, you like, no.
Yeah.
You like, wait, what you mean?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Yep.
No.
Yep.
What did I say?
We're not doing that.
Especially even though I understand it's two, you still can feel like, yo, I can lose everything here if like stuff goes to the wayside. You get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's stuff like that play in people's mind and everything. So like I said, it all depends on the conversation you and your significant other have. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yep. On that note, that's gonna do it for today's episode.
Got two things to say before we go.
Uh-huh.
It's been a lot of comments about my hat, so I'll tell y'all what. 2,000 likes and the hat will come off on the next episode.
Y'all hear the goal. Y'all hear the goal.
Y'all know what y'all gotta do if y'all
Yeah.
want to see this hat.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
And
man.
then congratulations to Jake, because I know my boy Jake, he just got married, so I'm gonna shout you out real quick,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And we've been leaving.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jake. And we've been leaving
Stay
you
on
out.
social media.
We've been leaving you out of our videos a lot, so.
Yeah, you know I gotta bring you back. But yo, Christina, if you ever want to just, divorce him and take half, I got you. I got a lawyer. Nah, I'm playing though.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
congratulations, enjoy your honeymoon, man, and yeah, come back with some kids, bro, because I'm tired of seeing you.
Yeah. Anybody got final thoughts or?
Oh, thank you.
No,
All
I'm
right.
glad to be
Thank
back.
you.
It's a pleasure to have these
Yeah.
conversations.
Definitely.
Thanks so much.
Learn
Yeah.
something new today.
Yeah, learn something new and yeah.
Every day.
If y'all like what y'all saw, hey, hit the like button. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for those who are subscribed and come back and watch our content. And those, if it's your first time, hey, subscribe if you like it. Share it amongst your friends, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Now, time for me to hold it down, time for me to break it down. Y'all cats don't wanna see me, y'all better mind your P's and Q's.